Alex Carter floated in the observation bay of the small survey ship, staring at the endless black of space, dotted with distant stars. He had traveled hundreds of light years from Earth, mapping uncharted systems for the Interstellar Exploration Authority. Every mission was routine, but routine was better than boring, and Alex liked the quiet hum of the ship's engines and the soft glow of the control panels. The current system was unusual. A small, rocky planet orbited a bright blue star, with an atmosphere that barely showed up on the sensors. Alex tapped a few commands on the console, bringing up planetary scans and high-resolution surface images. The readings were strange. The planet's magnetic field was stable, but beneath the surface, there were massive energy signatures, unlike anything the Exploration Authority had recorded before. Curiosity sparked. Alex suited up. The small ship's landing bay shivered as he prepared the craft for descent. His heart raced with excitement. Something about this planet was calling to him, though he couldn't explain why. As the ship pierced the thin atmosphere, Alex saw the surface spread out below him. Towering crystalline formations rose from the ground like the spires of some alien cathedral. Light reflected off the crystals in rainbow patterns, making the barren land seem alive. The energy readings from the scans spiked. Whatever was down there, it was active and it was large. Alex guided the ship down to a flat area near a cluster of crystal spires. The landing was smooth, but as soon as he stepped onto the planet's surface, a strange feeling washed over him. The ground seemed to hum beneath his boots, vibrating in rhythm with his own heartbeat. He frowned, scanning the environment. Then, out of nowhere, a figure appeared. At first, Alex thought it was a projection, a trick of the light. But the figure was real, tall, elegant, and glowing with an inner luminescence. The being approached him. Its skin shimmered with colors that seemed to shift depending on the angle of the light. And its eyes, large, deep, and bright, locked onto Alex with an intensity that made his chest tighten. "You are here," the being said in a voice that resonated in Alex's mind rather than his ears. "I have waited for you." Alex froze. "Waited for me? Who are you?" "I am Queen Lysera," the figure said. "And you?" "You are my long-lost mate." Alex blinked. "Mate? I don't understand. I don't even know you." Lysera tilted her head slightly, studying him. There was a softness in her gaze, but also a gravity that made Alex feel like her words carried the weight of the entire universe. "It is true. You were chosen long ago. Our bond was made before memory. Even if you do not remember, your soul recognizes me." Alex stepped back. His mind raced. "Soul recognizes you? This is insane. I don't have any memory of this. Any of it. I'm just a human, exploring planets, not—" "You are more than you know," Lysera interrupted gently. "Humans possess courage, adaptability, and resilience. That is why you were chosen. That is why we are connected. You may not remember, but the connection remains." Alex felt a strange pull in his chest, like an invisible string tugging him toward her. He tried to shake it off, telling himself it was just the planet's strange energy or stress, but as he moved, the crystals around them pulsed faintly, echoing the rhythm of his heartbeat. He glanced at the readings on his wrist console. The energy spikes weren't random, they were synchronized with him. Every pulse, every shift in the crystalline field, matched some pattern within him. Alex swallowed hard. Maybe this wasn't a hallucination. Maybe this planet and this queen were real, and somehow, he was connected. Lysera extended her hand, her glowing fingers reaching toward him. "Come with me," she said. "You must see the place where you belong. Where we belong. Only there can the truth awaken." Alex hesitated. Rationality screamed at him to stay in his ship, to report this back to the Exploration Authority. But something deeper, an instinct he didn't understand, urged him forward. He took a careful step, then another, until he touched her hand. The moment their skin met, a warmth spread through him, unlike any sensation he had felt before. His surroundings shimmered, and for a brief instant, he saw flashes of a world that felt familiar yet alien, an advanced civilization, flying ships, battles, laughter, and moments of quiet intimacy he couldn't place. He stumbled back, gasping. I don't remember any of that. Lysera's eyes softened. Not yet. Memory is locked away to protect you. The universe is vast, and your path was interrupted. But the bond remains, Alex. Even if your mind cannot recall, your essence can. Alex shook his head. This is too much. I don't even know if I believe in this. Belief is not required, Lysera said. Action is. She turned and began walking toward a nearby structure, formed entirely of crystalline towers. Come. There is much you need to understand, and time is shorter than you imagine. Alex followed cautiously. The closer he got, the more he noticed that the crystals weren't just beautiful, they were functional. Energy flowed through them in visible streams, forming a network that seemed to cover the planet. The structures pulsed gently as if alive, responding to the presence of Lysera, and, now, Alex. Inside the crystalline palace, the energy was overwhelming. Light refracted in every direction, creating shifting patterns that made Alex dizzy at first. But as his eyes adjusted, he could see that the palace wasn't empty. Alien figures moved gracefully along the walls, their forms similar to Lysera's but smaller and less radiant. They paused to glance at him, then bowed their heads in respect. You are safe here, Lysera said. These are my people. They will guide you, but you must listen to your instincts. They are part of the bond you share with me. Alex nodded, still trying to process everything. Guide me? In what? I don't even know where I am. You are on Myrithia, Lysera explained. A world hidden from most eyes, sustained by energy from the crystals. Our civilization watches over several systems. We have awaited your return for centuries. The rival faction that threatens the balance has grown bold. Your presence is needed. Alex's head spun. Rival faction? Balance? This sounds like a war story or some kind of fantasy. I'm just a surveyor, not a hero. Lysera's eyes glimmered. Heroes are not born. They are recognized when they rise to meet what the universe demands of them. Your species has a spark, Alex. Even without memory, you carry it. A sudden vibration shook the palace. The energy crystals pulsed faster, and a low hum filled the air. Alex instinctively stepped closer to Lysera. They know you are here, she said, her voice calm but urgent. And they will come. Are you ready to stand with me? Alex hesitated. He could retreat, leave the planet, return to the safety of his ship and his normal life. But looking at Lysera, the confidence, the grace, the trust in him, something inside him stirred. His mind was filled with questions, but his heart felt a pull he could not ignore. I don't know, he admitted. I don't remember anything. I don't know if I'm ready. Lysera reached out, resting a glowing hand over his chest. Memory does not define readiness. Heart and courage do. You are here, and that is enough to begin. A surge of energy ran through Alex as he felt the bond awaken, faint but undeniable. The crystals around them pulsed in response, bathing them in soft light. Alex's fear was still there, but it was mixed with something else. Anticipation, excitement, and a strange sense of purpose. As he looked around the palace, watching the aliens move with coordinated precision, Alex realized something important. Humanity had survived, adapted, and thrived in harsh conditions. And here he was, a human, standing among a species far advanced, with the chance to prove the same traits that made humans remarkable. He may not remember the past, but he could shape the future. Lysera extended her hand again. This time, Alex took it without hesitation. Together, they moved deeper into the palace, toward chambers filled with technology beyond anything he had ever seen. Each step brought him closer to answers, and also to challenges he had yet to imagine. The hum of the palace seemed to echo his own heartbeat. And for the first time since stepping on the planet, Alex felt a connection not just to Lysera, but to a destiny he was only beginning to understand. Whatever lay ahead, he would face it. Humanity had a spark, and he would carry it proudly, even here among the stars. Outside, the crystalline spires glimmered under the blue sun, and Alex knew that nothing would ever be the same. Alex walked through the crystalline halls, his senses overwhelmed by the alien architecture. Every surface shimmered with light, and energy coursed through the walls like veins, reacting subtly to his presence. Lysera walked beside him, calm and graceful, as though she had traversed these halls 1,000 times, and perhaps she had. The air itself hummed softly, carrying a sense of anticipation that made Alex's chest tighten. "You need to understand," Lysera began, her voice gentle but commanding. "Our people have waited for this moment for centuries. Your species holds a spark that even we cannot replicate. That is why you were chosen." Alex glanced at her. "Chosen? For what exactly? I still don't understand. If this bond exists, why can't I remember it? Why was it lost?" Lysera stopped at a large chamber at the center of the palace. The room was vast, circular, and lined with crystalline panels that pulsed with soft, colored light. In the middle stood a platform that seemed to float a few inches above the ground, glowing with energy. "Memory is fragile, especially across the stars," she explained. "Something interfered with the bond, an event that erased your personal recollections. But the connection remained, dormant, waiting for the right moment to awaken." Alex stepped closer to the platform, his curiosity overpowering his caution. "And that moment is now?" "Yes," Lysera said, her eyes reflecting the colors of the chamber. "You are here, and the energy of this place responds to you. It is time to see a part of yourself you may not yet remember." A soft vibration ran through the platform. Alex hesitated for a moment, then stepped onto it. The moment his feet touched the glowing surface, a warmth spread through his body. Light flowed along his arms and legs, moving upward in a gentle pulse. The chamber around him blurred, and for a brief instant, he felt as though he were falling through a tunnel of light and energy. Visions flashed before his eyes, scenes he didn't recognize but somehow felt familiar. He saw himself standing aboard alien ships, navigating unknown star systems. He saw battles where he fought side by side with Lysera, and moments of quiet conversation that felt tender and deep. Though his mind did not fully understand, his emotions resonated. He felt courage, responsibility, and an inexplicable bond to the Queen and her people. He stumbled backward, gasping, I don't remember any of this. How can it feel so real?" Lysera approached, her expression calm but empathetic. "Memory is not the only measure of connection. Your instincts, your reactions, your courage, they all remain. They are the essence of who you are, and they are what the universe recognizes." Alex tried to steady his breathing. "So, I'm supposed to trust that this bond exists? Even if I can't remember it?" "Yes," Lysera said. "Trust yourself. Trust what you feel. That is the first step." Before Alex could respond, the chamber trembled. A low, resonant hum filled the air, louder and more urgent than before. Lysera's eyes darkened slightly. "They are here." "They?" Alex asked, alarm rising in his chest. "The faction that threatens the balance," Lysera explained. "A group that seeks to control energy across systems. They detected your presence, and now they have come." Alex's heart pounded. "So, they're going to attack?" "Yes," Lysera said. "And we must be ready. Your instincts will guide you, just as they always have. Even if you do not remember your past, you have the skill to face this challenge." Lysera led him to a control center overlooking the crystalline plains outside. Ships, sleek, angular, and dark, appeared on the horizon, moving swiftly toward the planet. Alex watched as the energy readings spiked, realizing these were not mere scouts. They were warships, armed and dangerous. "We cannot allow them to breach our defenses," Lysera said. "Will you stand with us?" Alex felt a surge of determination. He had no memory of past heroics, no assurance of victory. But he did know this: Humans could adapt, humans could survive, and humans could rise to challenges that seemed impossible. He nodded. Yes, I'll stand with you. Lysera's expression softened. Good. Your courage will inspire my people, just as it inspires the universe. Courage. The alien warriors moved into position, coordinating with precision. Alex watched, fascinated, as the ships responded almost like a single organism, their movements fluid and synchronized. Lysera turned to him. Your task is simple but vital. You will pilot one of our craft. The enemy cannot predict human ingenuity. Use it to your advantage. Alex hesitated. I've only piloted human ships. I don't know how to fly yours. You do, Lysera said simply. You may not remember, but the instinct remains. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Taking a deep breath, Alex approached one of the sleek ships. He stepped inside, scanning the controls. At first, it was overwhelming. The displays glowed with unfamiliar symbols, and the interface responded to thought and gesture, rather than touch. He hesitated, then let instinct guide him. As his hands and mind aligned with the controls, the ship responded effortlessly. It was as if his body remembered skills his mind could not. The enemy fleet drew closer, and Alex's heart raced. He followed Lysera's lead, maneuvering alongside the alien forces. The first wave of attackers launched energy projectiles toward the planet, but Alex's human intuition allowed him to anticipate their movements. He dodged and countered, using tactics that the aliens had not considered. One of the enemy ships broke formation and targeted Lysera's flagship. Alex acted without thinking, intercepting it with a swift maneuver. The attack was neutralized, and the alien commanders looked at him with astonishment. You are remarkable, Lysera said over the ship's communication system. Your presence strengthens our defenses beyond expectation. Alex felt a rush of pride, tempered by fear. He had never seen war like this, yet he was contributing, making a difference. Each instinctive action reminded him that humans had a spark, a capacity to adapt and rise to challenges, no matter the odds. The battle intensified. Alex coordinated with the alien pilots, combining their advanced technology with his unpredictability. Together, they formed a counterattack that began to push the enemy back. For the first time, Alex realized that memory was not required to make a difference. Courage, creativity, and quick thinking were enough. As the battle raged, flashes of memory continued to surface, brief, fragmented glimpses of previous encounters with Lysera, moments of shared laughter, and acts of bravery. They were fleeting, incomplete, but enough to strengthen his resolve. He was not just a pilot. He was part of something greater. Hours passed, or perhaps minutes. Time seemed distorted in the heat of battle. Finally, the enemy fleet began to retreat. Their forces diminished and disorganized. Alex guided his ship back toward the crystalline plains, his body trembling with exhaustion and adrenaline. Lysera's voice came over the communication system, calm and steady. You have done well. Today, you proved that even without memory, your courage and ingenuity shine. This is the essence of humanity. The ability to rise to any challenge, to adapt, and to inspire those around you. Alex exhaled deeply, gripping the controls. I don't know what to say. I still don't remember the past. But I feel connected. I feel like I belong. You do belong, Lysera said. Not because of memory, but because of your heart. You are human. And that is enough. More than enough. As the sun of the distant star cast light across the crystalline landscape, Alex looked at the queen, standing tall and radiant on the balcony of the palace. He felt a mixture of awe, respect, and something deeper, a bond that transcended memory, one that promised shared strength and destiny. That night, Alex lay in quarters provided by the alien civilization. Sleep did not come easily. His mind replayed the battle, the strange flashes of memory, and Lysera's words. Yet amidst the confusion and exhaustion, a single truth stood out. Humans were capable of greatness, and he had just witnessed the spark within himself. The next morning, he rose before dawn. Lysera awaited him in the palace courtyard, the crystalline light reflecting off her form. "You have learned much in a short time," she said. "But your journey has only begun. There are forces beyond this planet that threaten balance across the galaxy. And soon, you will need to face them." Alex nodded. He still did not remember everything, but he no longer felt fear. The battle had proven something essential. Even without memory, humans could rise, adapt, and overcome. That spark, that instinct, was more powerful than any knowledge lost. Together, Alex and Lysera walked through the crystalline corridors toward the council chamber, where leaders of the alien species awaited. Every step was a reminder of the potential within him, a confirmation that humans, though young in the galaxy, possessed qualities that could inspire even the most advanced civilizations. And as Alex entered the chamber, he felt a surge of purpose. The Queen's people looked at him, not just as a human visitor, but as a partner. The bond, though still mysterious, was awakening, and Alex knew one thing with certainty. Humanity had a spark, and he would carry it proudly, no matter what the universe demanded. Outside, the sun rose over the crystal plains, bathing the world in golden light. The battle had been won, but the war for balance and for understanding was only beginning, and Alex Carter, human and unknown hero, was ready to face it. Alex walked beside Lysera through the corridors of the crystalline palace, still feeling the lingering effects of the previous battle. The floor beneath them glowed softly with energy, and the walls shimmered in colors that shifted with every step. Despite the victory, Alex knew that the fight they had faced was only the beginning. He had glimpsed a larger threat, one that could affect entire systems, and the weight of that knowledge pressed on him. Lysera stopped before a massive door, intricately carved with symbols that seemed to move and shift as if alive. She turned to him, her eyes filled with a mixture of expectation and reassurance. "Inside," she said, "are the chambers where you will learn to synchronize with our technology. Your human instincts have already helped us greatly. But now, you must understand our systems fully if we are to face what comes next." Alex nodded. He still struggled with the memory flashes, brief visions of himself alongside Lysera, in moments he could not consciously recall. Yet he felt a growing confidence, a sense that he could rise to whatever challenge lay ahead. "I'll do my best," he said. "Even if I don't remember everything, I'll try." Lysera smiled, a warmth that seemed to fill the vast chamber. "That is all that is required. Your courage and ingenuity are enough." The chamber was vast, filled with floating platforms, holographic displays, and alien machinery that pulsed with energy. Alex could feel the room responding to him even before he touched anything, a subtle vibration that seemed to resonate with his heartbeat. Lysera gestured toward one of the platforms. "Step here. Let your instincts guide you. Trust yourself." Alex hesitated for a moment, then stepped onto the platform. As soon as he did, the energy flowed through him, weaving with his own nervous system in a way that felt almost organic. Lights shifted around him, aligning with his thoughts. The platform responded to his intentions, even those he could not fully articulate. He realized that this was more than technology. It was a partnership, one that required trust, creativity, and quick thinking. He experimented, moving his hands through the holographic controls. Each gesture produced immediate results. Ships moved in simulations, energy flowed through circuits, and complex systems aligned perfectly with his commands. It was as if his human intuition, honed by years of problem-solving and adaptation, allowed him to see solutions the aliens themselves had not anticipated. "You are learning quickly," Lysera said, her voice calm but proud. "Even without memory, your mind finds patterns that others cannot see. This is why humans are remarkable." Alex smiled faintly, feeling a surge of pride. For so long, he had relied on training and knowledge. But here he realized that human creativity and instinct could shine even without memory. He felt a connection not just to the technology, but to the people who relied on it, and to the queen who trusted him. Suddenly, the chamber trembled, energy panels flickered, and a low hum filled the room. Alex's attention snapped to the holographic displays, which showed approaching ships far larger than the scouts they had faced before. "Lysera," he said, alarm rising in his chest. "They're coming again. And this time, it's more than a few ships." Lysera's expression hardened. "The rival faction has detected the activation of your bond fully. They now realize the potential you bring. Their leaders will come themselves if necessary. We must prepare." Alex's mind raced. He could see the simulations on the displays, the enemy formations, and their likely attack strategies. Without consciously thinking, he began adjusting defensive protocols, redirecting energy flows, and creating countermeasures. His human intuition guided him through the alien systems with surprising ease. "You think differently," Lysera observed. "You see solutions that are not obvious. That is the gift of your species. You will lead us, Alex, not because of memory, but because of instinct and courage." The battle began almost immediately. Alex piloted one of the alien ships, a sleek vessel that seemed alive in his hands. The enemy fleet was enormous, but Alex's ingenuity allowed him to exploit gaps in their formation. He anticipated maneuvers, coordinated with Lysera's forces, and improvised strategies that disrupted the attackers. One particularly massive enemy cruiser broke through the defensive lines, heading straight for the palace. Alex's heart pounded as he intercepted it, weaving between energy beams and debris. Using a combination of alien technology and instinctive tactics, he managed to disable the cruiser's engines, sending it spinning away from the palace. Lysera watched from the control chamber, her eyes following every move. "Excellent," she said, even without memory. "Your actions save lives. That is the essence of humanity. Courage, creativity, and the ability to rise when needed most." The enemy fleet began to falter under the combined efforts of Alex and the alien forces. Yet the battle was far from over. New waves arrived, each more organized and dangerous than the last. Alex realized that victory would require more than skill. It would require leadership, trust, and unwavering determination. He called out instructions, not from orders alone, but from intuition. Alien pilots, initially unsure of a human leading them, began to follow his strategies. Together, they formed a defensive formation that combined precision and unpredictability. A blend of alien technology and human ingenuity. In the midst of the battle, Alex felt another flash of memory. He saw himself and Lysera standing together on a distant battlefield, guiding forces to victory with coordination and trust. Though it was brief and fragmented, it gave him clarity. The bond was not only real, it had always been. And now, even without full recollection, he could honor it through action. Hours or perhaps only minutes, as time seemed fluid in the chaos of combat past, the enemy fleet, depleted and disorganized, began to retreat. Alex guided his ship back toward the palace, exhausted but exhilarated. The alien forces erupted in celebration, their coordinated movements more confident than ever. Lysera approached him once he returned, her expression a mixture of pride and relief. "You have done well, Alex. You have proven that memory is not required to act with courage and intelligence. Your human spark shines brightly. Our Creator. Arwar." Alex exhaled, gripping the controls of his ship. "I still don't remember everything," he admitted. "But I feel connected, stronger, like I belong." "You do belong," Lysera said softly, "not because of memory, but because of who you are. Humans have a unique strength, the ability to adapt, to create solutions, and to inspire others even without guidance. You exemplify that. However, thanks for watching. 2CUs 4, 232,000, 23323. After the battle, Alex spent time with Lysera and the alien leaders. learning more about their civilization and their history. He discovered that humans, though young in the galaxy, had qualities admired by even the most advanced species: ingenuity, empathy, resilience, and courage. These traits, combined with the bond he shared with Lysera, made him a key figure in maintaining balance across systems. Over the next days, Alex trained with the alien forces, learning to synchronize fully with their technology. Each session reinforced the truth that memory was not necessary to act effectively. His instincts, honed by experience and human creativity, allowed him to excel in ways even the aliens could not predict. Lysera watched him closely, her admiration growing. "You are more than a partner," she said one evening. "You are a bridge between our species. Your presence reminds us that humanity, though young, carries a spark that can influence the galaxy." Alex smiled faintly, feeling both pride and responsibility. "I didn't know I could do this," he admitted. "Even without memory, I can make a difference." "You always could," Lysera said. "Memory is only part of the story. Courage, creativity, and empathy are what define a hero. You have all three." As they trained, Alex began to notice subtle changes within himself. He reacted more confidently, trusted his instincts more fully, and even began to recall fragmented memories of past experiences with Lysera. They were flashes, incomplete and disjointed, but they reinforced the bond between them. One night, after a long day of preparation and simulation, Alex stood on a balcony overlooking the crystalline plains. The stars above shone brightly, reflecting in the crystal spires below. Lysera joined him, her presence calm and reassuring. "You have come far in a short time," she said. "The bond is awakening. Soon, you will face challenges that will test everything you have learned. But you are ready, Alex. Humanity is ready." Alex looked out at the horizon, feeling a mixture of awe and determination. He no longer feared the unknown. Even without full memory of his past, he understood the essence of what it meant to act, to lead, and to rise to challenges. Humans had a spark, and he carried it proudly. "Thank you," he said quietly, "for trusting me, for guiding me, for believing I could do this." Lysera smiled, her eyes reflecting the light of the stars. "It is not I who decides your worth. The universe recognizes it, as do all who witness your actions. You are human, and that is enough to inspire hope and courage across the galaxy." Alex took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility but also the exhilaration of purpose. He knew that the challenges ahead would be greater than anything he had faced. But he also knew this: with courage, creativity, and determination, humans could rise to meet any obstacle, even among the stars. And as he stood there, watching the first light of a new day illuminate the crystal plains, Alex realized that memory was only part of who he was. The true measure of humanity, he understood, lay in action, in courage, and in the willingness to face the unknown with an open heart. The galaxy was vast, the threats immense, but Alex Carter, human and resilient, was ready to meet them all. The morning sun rose over the crystalline plains of Myrithia, casting long, shimmering shadows that danced across the alien architecture. Alex Carter stood on the palace balcony beside Lysera, gazing at the vast horizon. The recent battles had tested him, but they had also awakened something deeper within, a sense of purpose and connection he had never experienced before. His memories were still fragmented, flashes of moments shared with Lysera and her people, but he no longer doubted the bond between them. "Today, we face a new challenge," Lysera said, her voice calm yet commanding. "The rival faction has regrouped. Their forces are larger, stronger, and more determined. But now, you understand our technology, our strategies, and most importantly, yourself. Are you ready to lead with me?" Alex took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. "I am," he said firmly. "I may not remember everything, but I know what I have to do. Humanity has faced impossible odds before, and we adapt, we fight, and we survive. I'll do the same here. Lysra's eyes glimmered with pride. Good. That is why you were chosen. Not because of memory, but because of courage, creativity, and the ability to inspire others. Come. The council awaits you. Inside the grand chamber, leaders of the alien civilization gathered around a circular table that pulsed with energy. They regarded Alex with a mixture of curiosity and respect. He could feel the subtle hum of the crystalline structure resonating with him, as if acknowledging his growing connection to this world. Alex Carter, Lysra began, addressing both him and the council. This human has proven himself. Even without full memory of the bond we share, he has acted with courage, ingenuity, and heart. He is ready to lead with us. One of the council members, a tall alien with translucent skin and luminous eyes, spoke. It is unusual for humans to adapt so quickly. Your presence strengthens our defenses and inspires confidence among our people. How can we best utilize this advantage? Alex stepped forward, feeling a surge of determination. We need to focus on coordination and adaptability. The enemy expects us to act predictably, but humans think differently. We can use that to our advantage. I can guide the fleet, predict their moves, and implement strategies that will disrupt their formation. Together, we can turn the tide. The council murmured in approval. Lysra placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. Trust in yourself, Alex. You are more capable than you realize. Goer. Goer. Preparations began immediately. Alex worked alongside the alien engineers, learning to synchronize his instincts with the ship's advanced systems. His human intuition allowed him to find innovative ways to enhance their defenses and optimize attack patterns. The aliens watched in awe as his creative solutions exceeded their expectations. Hours later, the enemy fleet appeared on the horizon. It was larger than before, a wall of dark ships stretching across the sky. The rival faction had clearly anticipated resistance and had come prepared. Alex felt a familiar surge of adrenaline, the same spark that had carried him through previous battles. Everyone, he called out. Stay calm, follow the plan, and trust your instincts. They expect us to be reactive. We will be proactive, move in coordinated patterns, but leave room for improvisation. That is our advantage. The fleet responded, moving with precision under Alex's guidance. Lysra piloted her flagship alongside him, their bond evident in the seamless coordination of their actions. The enemy launched a barrage of energy weapons, but Alex anticipated the attack, maneuvering the fleet with a combination of logic and instinct. One massive cruiser broke through the front line, heading straight for the palace. Alex reacted instantly, coordinating a counterattack that intercepted the vessel. His innovative use of alien technology, modifying energy shields mid-battle, redirecting power flows, and exploiting weaknesses in the enemy formation proved decisive. The cruiser was disabled without harming the planet, a testament to both his ingenuity and compassion. As the battle raged, Alex began to experience more vivid flashes of memory. He saw himself alongside Lysra in ancient conflicts, moments of trust, and shared victories. Though fragmented, these memories reinforced his confidence and strengthened the bond between them. He realized that the connection was not just emotional, it was strategic, a link that allowed them to anticipate each other's actions and communicate without words. Hours passed, but eventually, the enemy fleet began to falter. Their formations broke, their ships damaged, and their leaders desperate. Alex guided the fleet in a final coordinated maneuver that forced the remaining ships to retreat. The skies over Merithia cleared, and a sense of triumph filled the air. Lysra's voice came over the communication network. You have done it, Alex. You have proven that courage, ingenuity, and determination can overcome even the greatest odds. Humanity's spark shines brightly here. 2. Alex exhaled, exhaustion mixing with exhilaration. I couldn't have done it without trusting my instincts, and without all of you supporting me. You are a bridge, Lysra said softly as she appeared beside him, a connection between our species. Your presence reminds us that even a human, without memory of past deeds, can inspire hope and lead effectively. That is why you were chosen. Over the following days, Alex worked closely with the Council to strengthen alliances and prepare for future threats. He trained alien pilots, shared strategies, and helped integrate human ingenuity with advanced alien technology. His contributions were not only tactical, they were symbolic, showing the potential of humans to rise among the stars. Lysera observed him frequently, noting his growth and adaptability. One evening, she approached him on the palace balcony as the twin moons of Myrithia rose in the sky. "Alex," she said, "you have embraced the bond fully. Your courage and intelligence have earned the respect of my people, and you have strengthened our civilization. But there is one final step." Alex turned to her, curious. "What step?" Lysera smiled, a gentle and radiant expression. "Acceptance. You must accept your place not because memory dictates it, but because your actions and your heart have shown your worth. You are part of this civilization, part of this alliance, and part of me. Do you accept this role?" Alex felt a swell of emotion. He had come so far, faced so many challenges, and discovered strength he never knew he possessed. His fragmented memories had guided him, but it was his courage, ingenuity, and determination that had truly defined his path. He took a deep breath. "I accept," he said firmly, "not because I remember the past, but because I know who I am and what I can do. I will stand with you, with your people, and with humanity, to protect and inspire wherever it is needed." Lysera reached out, her hand glowing softly as it touched his. A wave of energy passed between them, the bond fully awakening. Alex felt clarity for the first time. Memories of the past, flashes of shared experiences, and the certainty of their connection. He understood the depth of the bond, not as a vague instinct, but as a partnership built on trust, courage, and shared purpose. The council gathered to witness the moment. Leaders from every corner of Myrithia acknowledged Alex, bowing in respect. His human spark, a combination of adaptability, courage, and creativity, had proven itself across impossible challenges. The aliens realized that humans, though young in the galaxy, possessed qualities that could inspire civilizations and influence the course of events. As days turned into weeks, Alex and Lysera worked together to strengthen alliances with other species. Humanity's potential became clear, and Alex found himself at the center of a growing network of cooperation. He shared tactics, technology, and the values that had allowed humans to thrive: resilience, ingenuity, and empathy. Other civilizations began to recognize humans not as a fledgling species, but as a force capable of remarkable achievement. One evening, Alex stood once again on the balcony, watching the stars twinkle above. Lysera joined him, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Look at what you have accomplished," she said softly. "Your species has much to offer, and you have shown the galaxy the strength that lies within humanity." Alex smiled, feeling a sense of fulfillment. "I never expected this," he admitted. "I didn't even remember the bond at first. But now I know. Humans can rise, adapt, and inspire. Memory isn't everything. Action, courage, and heart are what truly matter." Lysera nodded. "Exactly. You have proven that humans can not only survive among the stars, but thrive, lead, and inspire. Your bond with me, and with our people, is a symbol of what humanity can achieve." Alex took a deep breath, feeling the cool alien air on his face. The crystalline plains shimmered below, and in that light, he saw the reflection of a future full of possibility. He realized that the galaxy was vast, full of unknown dangers and opportunities, but he was ready, not because he remembered the past, but because he trusted himself, his instincts, and the values that made humans extraordinary. Lysera squeezed his shoulder gently. The future is ours to shape. Alex. Together, humans and Myrithians can create a galaxy where courage, ingenuity, and hope thrive. Are you ready? Alex looked out at the horizon, the stars stretching endlessly before him. I am, he said with conviction. Let's show the universe what humanity can do. And so, standing on the balcony of a crystalline palace, Alex Carter embraced his destiny. The bond with Lysira, once forgotten, had awakened fully, and with it came understanding, purpose, and hope. Humanity's spark, fragile yet indomitable, now shone brightly among the stars. Ready to face the challenges of the galaxy and inspire civilizations yet to come, the future was wide open, filled with possibilities. And Alex, human and courageous, would meet it head-on, carrying the essence of humanity wherever the stars would take him.